everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elle.K here for another video, and today we are doing episode 2 of my You Ask, I Answer series. If you don't know what that is, I will leave a link in the description box down below to my introduction of this series video and part 1 as well. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go ahead and watch that. But for today, I'm super excited about this topic. Before I jump into it, somebody did ask me though, and I kind of wanted to do it as an honorable mention, if I could only read one book for the rest of my life, what would it be? And I couldn't like stage a whole video around it, but I did want to answer it. And if I could only read one book for the rest of my life, it would probably be With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. You guys know that this is my favorite book of all time. It's absolutely beautiful. I have talked about it nonstop on my channel, but I would pick this book because it's versatile in the sense that I can physically read it and love it, or I can listen to it via audiobook and also love it. And I can also jump to just like certain places in the audiobook and listen from there, or like jump to certain places in the physical book and start reading from there. I love this book. It has my entire heart. I know it's nothing that's like super climactic or anything like that. You're literally just following the life of a teen mom in her last year of high school, and it's absolutely beautiful. Elizabeth Acevedo is one of my, if not my favorite author of all times, and she knocks it out of the park with this one. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend that you do. So that would be, if I could only read one book for the rest of my life, it would definitely be this one. Now on to the question for the entire episode, or the rest of this video. The question that I'm answering today is, why is your YouTube channel or your booktube channel not growing? So this was a really interesting one, because in my first You Ask, I Answer video, I answer the question, is it too late to start a booktube channel? So I thought it was funny that I was asked this question next, and I'm really excited to jump into this topic with you guys today. So if you are interested in hearing about my thoughts on why your booktube or YouTube channel is not growing, keep on watching. All right guys, so we all know, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you know, or you have been told how hard it can be to grow on any social media platform, but especially YouTube, because you have to grab your audience's attention for a kind of elongated period of time to suit the YouTube algorithm, and then also retain their attention long enough for them to subscribe and want them to keep coming back to you. So this is a very, very tricky platform. I totally feel for everybody struggling to grow their channel. I am currently also struggling to grow my channel, so we are in this boat together. I have really thought a lot about this and come up with five reasons that I think your channel might not be growing, and ways that you can improve your channel growth. First one, I know that this is probably the most common thing that people hear, and it was like one of the most frustrating things that I heard or was told or read or watched about, and that is your thumbnail not being appealing. Before you click out of this video, let me explain why, and I swear the 4 tips after that are not following this same common, theme here. But the YouTube thumbnail, when I really actually sat down and thought about it and also analyzed the videos that I clicked on, if your YouTube thumbnail is not appealing, your click-through rate is going to be non-existent. But because think about it for a second, I think it was over 70%, depending on your video and your personal analytics, over 70% of your views are coming from people who are not subscribed to your channel. That means your video is not popping up on their subscription homepage or anything like that. They're either recommended through them watching one video that's similar to yours and yours recommended next, or they looked up a certain question or typed in something that is related to the title of your video, and your video has popped up there. Now, that's all fine, well, and good, but if your thumbnail isn't appealing, no one's gonna click on it. And I found myself doing that literally just the other night as I was scrolling through YouTube looking for things to watch, and it's probably the most shallow thing, but if it's not an appealing thumbnail, then my mind goes to, well, the video quality probably isn't going to be that great, so I'm not going to click on it. And again, very, very shallow, but that's the world of social media. So, and you don't have to have a fancy editing software for your YouTube thumbnail. I probably spend maybe about 5 to 10 minutes on all of my thumbnails, but they look, at least I think, they look relatively appealing enough for people to click on it. If it's just, a selfie or really, really bad lighting, or just like the most obscure type of thumbnail, it's not going to get the click-through rate that you want. So if you know that your thumbnails could use a little bit of work, that is what I would start off with first, and then you can kind of jump into, you know, if your videos are appealing to look at, which we'll get into later. The second tip, also very also harped on a lot on YouTube, is you're not posting consistently. My second tip, obviously, another, you know, really common one, you're not posting consistently. If you're not posting, then there's nothing for people to watch, so there's nothing for them to like, there's nothing for them to subscribe to. You have to post consistently. It's hard, and it can get really hectic and very discouraging when your channel is already not growing to keep posting consistently, but just keep at it. It's part of the process. I think somebody had said something along the lines of, it could be your 150th video that blows up, but if you don't post the first 149, you're not going to get to that one video that blows up. So keep posting consistently, and just keep pushing through with that part of it. That's all I can really say for posting consistently. My third tip is you aren't using YouTube analytics. So probably for about maybe the first 5 months of me starting this booktube channel, I wasn't really paying attention to the analytics. And then I downloaded the YouTube Studio app. You can get it on iPhone or Android, or you can just actually like log on to your YouTube channel on your computer and go to YouTube Studio. That is like a gold mine for information that not enough small YouTubers are taking advantage of. YouTube Analytics shows you your best performing videos. It shows you the time that your viewers are most on YouTube, so it kind of gives you an idea of when to post. It also shows who your viewers are, so I can see if my viewers are mainly male or female and what part of the world they're watching from. So a lot of my viewers are in the US and the UK. Hello UK, hello US. And then I have a couple from Canada, and then I even have a couple from India, so hello. But yeah, so YouTube Analytics gives you all of that. It also tells you, you know, if you're monetized, how much you're making. It lets you know when your subscriber counts have gone up, have gone down, what videos, pay attention, what videos have caused your subscriber count to go up or down, so pay close attention to that. And then it also ranks your videos for you from, like, you know, your most viewed and so on and so forth, so you can kind of follow that trend. Use your YouTube Analytics, okay? It can be really discouraging to constantly be focusing on the numbers, but if you're trying to grow your channel, you have to focus on the numbers. So use your YouTube Analytics, guys. It is such a phenomenal tool to help you grow your channel, to know, you know, to get a better idea of when to post, get an idea of what videos are doing well, what videos are not doing well. For example, I posted in February a mental health video that did really poorly, and I was able to see that it did really poorly in comparison to my other videos because of YouTube Analytics and YouTube Studio. Now I know that that is a type of video genre that I'm going to steer clear from for right now. So just little tidbits like that to help you figure out, you know, if you've got the thumbnail, you're posting consistently, you're not sure what else is going on, go look at your numbers. Look at who's watching your videos when. You know, if your age group is 18 to 25 and you're only posting about, you know, middle grade or children's books, try posting about YA or adult books and see what happens there. It gives you information and wiggle room to help you grow your channel. So pay attention to your YouTube Analytics, guys. My fourth tip is that you are in a saturated niche. So this is not just for booktube, this is just for anybody starting a YouTube channel. If you find your YouTube channel is not growing, that is because you are in a saturated niche. Like I always say, I started off as a beauty guru, and that was hella hard to grow in because so many people are on YouTube as beauty gurus. You have to find a way to stand out, you have to find a way to make your titles interesting, and so on and so forth, to actually even get your video up on a homepage or a recommended, or have your video show up in the search engine, anything like that. It could be that you're in a very saturated niche. That's not to say that you have to leave that niche. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you need to really look at your niche and kind of figure out how to stand apart from all the other videos. So if you are, I think I gave the example of, like, if you're a prank channel and you see everybody is doing, what's the popular prank right now? Everybody is doing a burglar breaks into my house prank, something along those lines. I don't know if that's really one, but like as an example, you're seeing everybody's doing the burglar breaks into my house prank. Well, if that's what everybody's watching right now, and you come out of the woodworks and do, you know, I'm pregnant prank on my mom, nobody's really checking for that right now. So you need to follow, if you're in a niche that is trend-based, you kind of also have to be trend-based as well, if that makes sense, you know? Not to copy, obviously don't copy because that's really annoying, but you need to stick with that trend to push your videos up to make sure that your titles are catching and relevant to your video and the trends as well. So, and then if you're in a more saturated niche, honestly, it's gonna come down to the posting more and really being consistent with your content as well. BookTube, as I said before, is more content based, as well as some other things that can contribute to growing on BookTube, but it is more content based, so you're gonna have to read. If you're on BookTube and you're not reading, you've got nothing to post about, there's nothing for people to search up, you know, so you kind of have to cater to what niche you're in. If you're in a more trend one, follow the trend. Content based, keep up with the content. So that's my tip for that. My last one that kind of ties it all in is you're not networking enough. And when I say networking, I mean you're not getting in contact with other people in your niche. You're not on other platforms, stuff like that. So, okay, let's do the prank one again because we can kind of tie this all in. If you've got the perfect thumbnail, you've got your title is all, you know, set and done, you're posting consistently, your video quality is great, and you know you're following the trend, your next step would be do a collab with somebody who's either at your level or a little bit higher. This is a trick. You've got to be able to collab with somebody who's a little bit higher than you because then you can combine subscribers. So, and it's the same thing on BookTube here. If you followed all the other 5 or the other 4 tips, your last thing is going to be to network, get in contact with some other booktubers. You know, people are in the booktube community, everybody loves to do a readathon. Especially since the big one that we all follow seems to not be happening anymore. People love to do the readathons. People love to just do a collaborative vlog, book shopping together, stuff like that. Get in contact with other booktubers and network. Figure out how you can do a collab that way. Get on other social media platforms. I am so bad for this, guys, I swear. You need to be on Instagram, pushing your videos on Instagram. Your audience on Instagram is not always going to be the same as your audience on YouTube. So grow those platforms simultaneously. TikTok is your best friend right now. Everybody loves TikTok. Get on TikTok. Get an audience from there. Bring them over here. YouTube Shorts is killing the game. I can't tell you how many hours I have mindlessly lost to just sitting on my couch, scrolling through YouTube Shorts. Put up some shorts and you know, put the little tag of, you know, the extended video on my channel type of thing. You gotta network, you gotta pull from other platforms, pull from other people, make it so, you know, you're able to all grow together. Now, when I'm saying collab, if you have 1,000 subscribers and you go and try and collab with somebody who has 50,000 subscribers, chances are that's not going to happen because it doesn't benefit them in any way to then collaborate with you because you don't have enough to kind of substantiate what they're doing. So you need to make sure that you're in the same ballpark as yourself to actually make that collaboration mutually beneficial. So please keep that in mind when you are trying to collab with other when you're trying to collab with other YouTubers. That would be my 5 main tips for why your channel isn't growing. I also am going to put in the link down below. It's what I like to call, or what I'm starting for March, is my social media March. It's this calendar that I have put together where it lets me know when I am going to post a full-length YouTube video, a YouTube short, what I'm going to post on TikTok, what I'm going to post on Instagram, stuff like that. It's just kind of like a general idea of my, it's like a social media calendar, essentially. I'm going to put that in the comments down in my description box down below so you guys can look at it. You can kind of either download it for yourself, and if you want to copy it, go ahead. It just tells you when to post, essentially. Or you can kind of use it as a template for yourself and create your own social media calendar, so that way we can really try and grow this March. I would suggest really put in that effort for March. March is one of the longer months. It's 31 days, obviously. Put in that effort to really push your social media accounts for March. You know, do the whole posting, networking, all that stuff, and see what type of growth you get after the 31 days. And if it works, keep on going. If it doesn't, go back to the drawing board and figure out what worked and what didn't. And let's do this challenge together. Let's really push for social media growth in March. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and were able to learn something from it or take away something from it. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment down below why don't you leave, what haven't we done yet? Oh, let's leave the emoji, leave me a smiley emoji. We'll keep it simple. Leave me a smiley face emoji if you got to the end of this video. And don't forget to leave me questions for episode 3 of my You Ask I Answer video series that's going to happen at the end of March. So I will be taking questions for that starting from now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video before you go, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!